we've got a great Sunday night matchup between the Chicago Bears and the Washington Commanders. Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. Fields this way up at the 17. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. First play and a first pass for Murray. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. He's got a man. Complete. Touchdown, Washington. One play in the end zone on the long touchdown pass. You knew they wanted to get him involved. He's their go-to guy. First play, though, wow.
Yeah, and I remember when I was playing, something similar happened. I remember getting to the sideline and my coach said, so what in the scouting report with circling him, putting a star by him, did you not get that he was a good player? And that's the question I would have for them now. You know, as you said, he's a go-to guy. How is he not covered? Now, I should say, covered well.
Washington kick team back out there now as they will send this one away. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Fields and the Bears now with a 1st and 10 at their own 24. It'll be Sanders to begin the drive. And a short pickup to about the 25. Now, this defense for the Commanders, they were very strong in the win last week over the Giants.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defense coordinator about their performance last week because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. First carry now for David Montgomery. And he's got some space here. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. He's able to rip off 32 on that one. It's a first down. Once he broke through that first wave of defenders, there was a pretty big gap there for him to run.
And it helps that they were in a dime defense. That's 6 defensive backs. So this is why a lot of teams now are searching for those linebacker safety combo type guys who can add a little bit more size on the defensive side of the ball, but can still run as well, because when you run against 6 DBs with some bigger offensive linemen, you often get this result.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Off play action, Fields. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
They'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one, forced the incompletion. That'll allow him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely, frees up your guys elsewhere. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. A play fake, now Fields to throw. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And this is going to get out of bounds, so they will gain a bit of yardage on the play, actually. And they'll hold on to the football as well.
I can almost see inside his face mask there a look of relief.
He coughed it up, but it goes out of bounds. They keep it.
Someone came out lucky. What a shoot right there. If I were him, I'd go for the lottery after that one. A very fortunate man.
And they're operating in plus territory here. They're thinking points. Definitely don't want to lose the football at this juncture. He hits Mooney going across the middle. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. They'll fake the handoff, now Fields. They'll roll him out right. And he'll just get rid of it.
This is where good coaching and execution come into play, because down this close, you absolutely don't want to turn it over. Good job keeping that in mind as he escaped, bought time, and decided throwing it away was his best option.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. So now following the sack, Fields and the Bears looking at 3rd down and long. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
I think that was a good job there defensively. They did allow him to drive all the way downfield, but once they got their backs to the goal line, they really turned up the pressure.
Yeah, they let him get all the way down here. Now the field shrinks. They've struggled to convert, and that last incompletion brings up 4th. Gano's kick is good, and they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well, and kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
After knocking through the field goal, here's Gano back out there now for the kickoff. Fields this way up at the 17. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape up past the 30. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll.
Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
Green.
Throwing on first down is Murray. This to McLaurin out on the left. And the ball is knocked out, but this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same.
I don't know about you, but I can hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. Ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball, man.
First down, Murray. That ball caught by Slayton. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. So 3 plays, already 1st and goal, and they are wasting little time. And he will take it in. Touchdown, Commanders. Kyler Murray. It's a 1-yard touchdown run as his guys are able to extend their lead. point after, right down the middle. And that pushes the lead up to 11. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
This is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And not a good return here at all, as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you've met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. On the counter now, it's Sanders. And he'll take this one only up to about his 13-yard line. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves him with 3rd and 9 looming.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on 1st down, and you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
An extra man in the secondary for Washington on 3rd down.
Completion left side to Miller. And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. So they'll get nothing out of that play. And it'll be 4th down. Jamie Gillen now on to punt. Here's Jackson. 21 yards. Well done on the return.
And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Well, this offense looks like they have a little extra pep in their step as they take the field here for drive number 3, because remember, Charles, drives 1 and 2 both ended in the end zone.
Yeah, right now they've just got to be careful not to lean into overconfidence, because every drive has a life of its own. I like the way that they've started, the way that they're going about doing things right now. They've got a chance for that 3rd consecutive touchdown, and that would be a crushing blow to the defense.
A big pickup of 38.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
Looking and finding Thomas in the end zone. Touchdown, Washington.
Michael Thomas. His 3rd touchdown now on the year, as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further.
Boy, still in the first quarter, and look out. I mean, they are on pace for over 80 points in this game. I don't know that they'll get there, CD, but this has been impressive to watch so far.
That certainly would be history in the making, wouldn't it, partner? I'm glad we're here to actually watch and see if it actually happens, although, like you, I have my doubts, but they are firmly in control of this game.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Another run with Sanders. And he'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
Nicely built off for a decent game.
On 3rd down, they turn to Sanders. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. 21-3 is your score after 1. First and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look. On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. To throw is Fields. And this will be caught by Mooney. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line. First down, here's the run with Montgomery. Dexter Lawrence that time in on the stop. From the 41, Fields. And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
The Bears on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Catch is made by Hunter Renfrow. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 13 yards on his first catch. It's a first down as well.
These guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half. I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do...
it'll be intercepted. And the Commanders are going to get the football back at their own 17. Unfortunately for him, if last week was any indication, we knew a pick was coming at some point. Last week it was interception after interception, and here we go again.
We actually quit counting last week at a certain point because I thought I was going to run out of fingers, all right, because I'm not all that skilled as a mathematician. But you're right. It felt like a matter of time, and you got to think the guys on defense, they couldn't wait for this opportunity after what they saw on tape.
After the turnover, here's Murray. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. To throw is Murray. He sets to fire deep. He's got a man complete. A huge play there for Washington. 68 yards.
It's so easy to focus on the speed and elusiveness of Kyler Murray, but as he shows right there, don't sleep on the arm strength.
Play fake. Murray.
Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. Touchdown, Washington.
A great play there. His second touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And the Commanders are able to add on to their first half lead. Extra point right down the middle. And the rout is on here in this first half. Kick team out there for the Commanders as they send this one away. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense.
As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover the plague did on the last one.
And he's going to be down at the 35. Gain of 7. They'll run it. Here's Montgomery. And he will be knocked down hard, but he will have the first down. A third down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
Well, that was big right there because they're in the bottom 5 in the league in converting on third down. They needed that pickup in a big way.
There were 2 things they said they wanted to win in this game. One, the turnover battle, and the second, third down conversions. So they got one there. On first down, it's Fields.
They'll set up the screen to Montgomery. Pushes past him. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Mark that down as a pickup of 13, and the Bears have the first.
And I don't think there's any question that this offense is going to need to hit on a few more plays like this. It's been a difficult first half for them, to say the least. And I do believe if they want to get back in this game, they need to start right now. It's kind of like making adjustments. If you try waiting to the half, it's probably too late. They need to get going right here.
And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Montgomery back to the ground. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. Big runner Williams there on the stop. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. From the 30 on second down, Fields. Fields hit and the ball is loose. And it's Washington that scoops it up. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. We know he's got the speed to get downfield, Charles, but there's the negative side. A little loose with the football that time.
And that's normal, especially when you have his type of talents, because you feel like you're into the open field and maybe you don't feel the people who are around you or closing in. All quarterbacks have to do extra balls.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness.
And the Bears are going to take possession of the football. And, Charles, that's now 4 interceptions over his last 3 halves of football, because, remember, he threw 3 picks last week.
Starting to wonder if maybe defenses and those coordinators have identified something on tape with what he's doing. Maybe a movement, maybe the way he's moving his shoulders. Who knows what it could be? He could have a few tells out there that they're keying in on and allowing defenses to get to the football a little bit faster. People steal signals. Maybe sometimes they can figure out what the quarterback's doing just by his movements.
He's going to air one out. And this throw will be intercepted.
Picked off by J.C. Horn. And the Commanders are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line.
When a team's defense turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
They fake the handoff. Now Murray. And that is caught. But he will come down out of bounds, says the side judge. Incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time.
Now Murray off play action. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
Let's just call it what it is. This has been a flat-out struggle for this defense all game long. They've really had a hard time slowing them down. And while I'm not big on speeches and guys jumping up and down, they might need their team leader on defense to get in their face right now and light a fire under these.
Touchdown! Darius Slayton, a 7-yard touchdown grab.
And the Commanders extend their lead yet again.
Extra point splits the uprights, and a rout is on here in this first half. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive.
And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp, and at least 1 practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Right back to Sanders on first down.
There to make the tackle, Jonathan Abram.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Play action. It's Fields.
He's going to sling this deep downfield.
Oh, Fields is intercepted for a 3rd time. Picked off by J.C. Horn. And the Commanders will take over possession here up at the 44. So that changes things. You get the interception, and then to boot, a good return tacked on.
And really it was down to him versus the quarterback on the return, and that's one you would think the defender would win. But a nice job there of seeing the play all the way to the end and making the tackle by the QB.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And maybe a chance for a quick completion and then a long field goal try. We'll see.
A final shot before half for Murray. Slings this deep for McLaurin. And he's got it inside the 10.
So we've reached halftime here in our nation's capital with the Commanders on top.
As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. The Bears going to see the football first, and they trail here as we get back underway to start this 2nd half.
And we will not have a run back here as the 2nd half starts with a touchback.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense.
CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. Let's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
Hey, partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late, that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
First down, they run again. Here's Montgomery. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. On play action, Fields. Open man here, the tight end, Henry. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Throw left side, taken in by Miller. And he's out of bounds, almost gets to the 10. Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Now Fields. Eluding the pressure right. And he's going to go down. Sacked back at the 13-yard line. T.J. Watt make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
2nd and 10.
Running right, here's Sanders. And he's going to work this one down to about the 5. The 8th play of the drive coming up. It's 3rd and 3. On 3rd down, they'll run it with Sanders. And he's brought down short. 2 yards there, needed 4.
So many things go into making a good play on defense. In this situation, just not being blown out of the way was a big start, and then a nice tackle to finish things off.
Montgomery, they'll run for it. And nowhere to go. He's going to be stopped behind the line. They'll get neither the touchdown nor the first down.
And Washington will have it on the turnover on downs.
Play action. Now it's Murray. He completes this one to Terry McLaurin. And they work this out past the 25. On play action, it's Murray. And the defense loses him. It's complete. Touchdown, Washington. Darren Waller, 72 yards.
And the Commanders are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter.
Washington kick team back out there now as they will send this one away. Now this will be returned from deep in the end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive.
Well, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
They'll go again with Sanders. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
You got to figure the further they fall behind, the more you think that they'll get away from the run. They're trying to stick with it, but the results, they just aren't there.
On 2nd and 12, Fields. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
Multiple defenders getting home there for a loss of 11. So now following the sack, Fields and the Bears looking at 3rd down and long. Here's Fields.
And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. That scramble good for 13 yards, but not good enough for a 1st down. It's 4th.
I thought he did a pretty good job there to get back what he could, but let's face it, that sack on 2nd down, talk about throwing a wrench into the works. It certainly did.
Yeah, he did everything he could there trying to pick up some positive yardage, and he did, but not enough.
They snap it to Fields.
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception.
And the Commanders are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. And the pitch goes to Mixon. And he's going to be brought down inside the 45 at the 43. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Mixon up the middle. And some room to run now. There's a nice move. And he takes us all the way down to the Bears' 7-yard line. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5.
Hey, hold on.
Oh, he tried to pitch it and the ball's loose. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble.
Very fortunate to get another shot. Here's 2nd and goal.
And now Murray's going to set up to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington. Darius Slayton with his 2nd touchdown of the night.
And the Commanders add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week.
Extra point right down the middle. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense.
We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Quick pass out to Miller. They find some open field here. Touchdown, Chicago.
So still throwing here in the 4th quarter with a pretty sizable lead, and now that lead even more sizable. And if nothing else here, CD, a chance to pile on some stats before this one wraps up, and he did just that.
Brandon, convention tells us it's time for them to get off the gas a little bit, right? But you and I both know the receivers don't want them to because, as you noted, this is their chance to pile on the stats. If they got their way, they try to get every single spot in the depth chart points before this game is over.
Very short kick taken right at the 20. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. They've got to be feeling very comfortable and confident here with this lead in the football here in the fourth quarter, Charles. And I don't think that they need to score again, but it seems like this offense is just getting better as the game goes on. They've scored on their last 2 drives.
Certainly feels like a chance for them to continue to have some fun out there, doesn't it? Game's already decided, as you noted, so they can continue to play loose, break out some other concepts, maybe run a few trick plays, get other people involved. Heck, even go deep on one of these first snaps just because they can.
Mixon with a first down carry. And he'll be brought down just outside of the 30. A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. They'll stay on the ground. Mixon again. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped.
94 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
Now Joe Mixon. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. It's Mixon on the counter. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. They call that a loss of 6 yards. And it's 3rd down now.
I have zero rooting interest in either team in this game. I only want a good game. But with all the offense we've seen from them tonight, it's kind of nice to see the defense step up and make a big play.
Yeah, I was wondering if they were ever going to get him in the backfield. Nice to see him get a stop.
And he'll get this one down to about the 27. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
And his kick is indeed good, and that will extend their lead even further.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they've had that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive.
And you hate to see this for them, but they're looking at yet another loss to begin this season. Things really going from bad to worse as they trail here starting this drive 1st and 10 in the 4th quarter.
So 5 yards here, 5 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Fields now to throw.
Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
And that's another play that's painting the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops from one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
From the gun on 3rd down, Fields. That's complete to Mooney.
And they'll bring him down 1 yard shy after a pickup of 4.
4th down. Fields has to have this one.
And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. The Bears tried it on 4th down, unable to convert. And boy, possession here turns over with a football already being in the red zone. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down. Again, it's Mixon. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the 1st here.
They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And they needed 2. They could only get 1. 4th down. They'll run with Mixon. And he picks up the first as he's able to take it down to the 7-yard line. They'll give it to Mixon. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. Inside handoff to Mixon. And he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play. 3rd and goal as they look to pour some more salt in the wound. Here's Mixon. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Well, when they said before the game that they were going to try and execute every second of this contest, I guess that was taken literally, because here they are in the final moments of the 4th, putting another touchdown on the board, Charles, to add to this big lead.
I'm not a big believer in 110%, but it certainly applies here, doesn't it? Because some guys just can't go with less. As long as there's time left on the clock, they're pushing to get to the end zone one more time. They don't really care about what the optics show. They just want to finish the game off the way that they like to play it. Full speed, all out.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case. This was a blowout supported by both sides of the ball today, Charles. It would be easy to look at the offense and say, man, they were clicking, and they were, but don't forget about the effort by this defense as well.
Yeah, they weren't going to let up just because the lead was saved. They wanted to play as big a part in this game as their offense did in making this blowout. They needed to be noticed as well, and they played accordingly.
So for the Commanders, they remain one of the hottest teams out there as the win moves them to 6-1. And they'll
I'm bringing my game. All of that talking just sound like a show. I'm just letting you know that I'm not entertained. You hear the crowd, they screaming my name. I got the stadium going insane. Done with the talking, it ain't no